So this video is about why not to join them, and I'm going to put it in a way that even a second grader should be able to understand. Of course, remember that they're changing my voice. So we're going to do this in probably 2 parts here. So this is part 1. Point number 1. The evil root of colonialism and neocolonialism rotted the souls of the governing class and their spirits. We even see that their offspring are evil on a spectrum as well. You know, everyone is said to be sinners when they're outside the divine order, what have you. Sometimes there are even 5 generations of them that are alive at the same time. Point number 2. This means that when a person of average intelligence or better tries to be righteous, that no matter what decision they choose, it is better than any decision they can make while following the governing class or accepting their boundaries. Point number 3. Before we establish why every tax-paying citizen should do the opposite of following them, which is rallying to me, and why they should pay $1 or so as a one-time payment to Jesus, which is a very fair payment on my part, let us establish why it is impossible to use. Let us establish why it is important. It is important to use a universal moral scale. Now let's stop here for a second. Am I saying that people should send me money directly? No. I'm saying that the system should compensate me. Okay. And that means the taxpayers are paying for it, right? It's not just, people who pay taxes in terms of income tax, like 137 million of them plus, but people who, pay sales tax, what have you. So one way or another, the population should pay a very small amount of money, less than $1 really each. It should be like $127 million, which is a very conservative payment for compensation. Now, why am I bringing this up? Because this video, this 2-part video series is about why not to join them, put in a way that even a second grader should be able to understand. They should be able to understand the compensation. They should be able to understand the opposite of following the governing class is following the person who's morally precise, who God set apart to lead, and what it takes to do so in a practical manner. I'm not a greedy person. I wouldn't buy expensive things. My focus would be on what is fair and just and right, and helping my family who is also being persecuted, helping other people. My father is a brain surgeon. My mother is a doctor as well. They both don't practice right now, and they've been sabotaged to the extreme. My father was a brain surgeon, a practicing brain surgeon for like 43 years or something, some number this way up there, and they're sabotaged to the extreme. But also, I need that financial independence that comes with that I should automatically have because I'm Jesus, and everyone, their mom owes me far more than they could ever pay. But this video isn't about money. It's important to understand that I'm not a materialistic person. I don't anticipate that people are going to, rally to me or that the system is going to compensate me. This is about helping you understand right and wrong. Okay. And again, I want people to help me get compensated and not pay me directly. Okay. So people are crystal clear about what is fair and right, and that I'm not some kind of scam artist, and that gang stalking gets exposed, and these cults that are behind the gang stalking and the government get exposed. This case exposed them very thoroughly and very well. Okay. So again, let us establish why it is important to use a universal moral scale. Okay, so no offense to the LGBT community, but I'm going to use a gay person as an example because a recent video was taken down where I was trying to help the LGBT community and everyone else, but society didn't want to do what's right, and they wanted to enforce political correctness instead. So if a gay person was to torture the top martial artist ever possible and act like a bitch and say, hey, it is not up to you, whether or not, we torture you, so we don't have to be moral. Would you then say that makes sense? Is it that simple? Because in a system where people follow the devil, that it technically, in that sense of it, right, on a deeper sense, it is up to me. It's up to God and I, right? First God, then me. But in a different sense, And when I say God, no other human being is equal or greater than I am. I'm talking about the one true God, not a person pretending to channel God, the one true God. Not anyone who's channeling God on top of that, but God. Goes God, then me, then everyone else. Okay, would it make sense for that person to say that and for society to roll with that? No. We are literally at a time in human history where that has to be explained. Why it is stupid for a gay person who's torturing the top martial arts ever possible to act like a bitch and say, hey, it's not up to you whether or not we get to torture you with impunity, remotely, what have you. And so we don't have to be moral. If we were to go back in time and find a gay person who thought exactly like that gay person in Nazi Germany, who was getting beat down by Nazis who said to him, human suffering is not important to them, and that person they're beating up is not Adolf Hitler. So they're going to keep beating him up and then put him in a camp. We should not feel sorry for that person. Why? Because that person in a different scenario would be torturing the most righteous person ever, the top martial artist ever possible, and saying, well, it's not up to you, and thinking they're smart or something. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. Now, the purpose of this isn't to get people to bash this type of person or that type of person. It's to help you understand why that argument is so outrageous, and it is a bitch move to make that argument. To be some kind of beta sniveling worm or anyone else, and to do what is wrong and say, well, it's not up to you. Well, no one can scientifically prove the importance of morality and act like a bitch. When in a sense, nothing can be scientifically proven at all. And the importance of morality has been scientifically proven about as much as anything can be. It's been proven in a way that goes beyond it by the testimony of the top martial artist ever possible who lives righteousness at the highest point that a human being could. And has conveyed it in a way that is definitive, far surpassing everyone else at martial arts. The most important activity. Martial arts are lifestyles, and they allow for the most respectable type of person to emerge. If you have any questions, please put in the comments immediately. If the comments don't show up, you can find me in the morning in Morgan Hill. I can't tell you more than that because of the rules on YouTube, but if you try hard enough, hopefully you'll find me. And certainly watch it over and over again and ask people, and you should be able to put it together. The message is straightforward. I don't send coded or hidden messages. I'm not an occultist. Point number 4. So, in a society with decency, like both the lying major parties in America claim that their parties are trying to make, the people care about justice and not causing people to suffer unfairly. They actually care about true justice, in reality, and not causing people to suffer unfairly. This has applications on immigration, homelessness, you name it. They do not play stupid and say, oh, it is not up to you. Or say, you do not know that pain is real. I once knew a Greek philosopher who said pain is in your head. That's all rubbish. That Greek philosopher, if he would apply it that way, that exploration, I don't agree with him, mind you. If that's the case, then he's a bitch. He's not the top martial artist ever possible. I am. And by being that, it is up to me on a level that far transcends the law and mere social norms, especially the mere social norms of scum. And that is what's called pulling rank in a way that's respectable, honorable. That is not abusing my position or power or gifts that God gave me. That is laying down the law. They also can't say you don't magically know, you don't know if magically it would all work out for the best in the future. When you follow a moral path, your life is superior to those who don't follow it. As individuals, as groups, as nations. So I do know that when I commit to morality, that it will work out more than anything else possibly would. Because in a video game, for example, if there was not an all-good, all-knowing, all-powerful God, then you're supposed to defy that deity. That would be a devil. But I know that God is all good, all knowing, all powerful. So the if-then statement scientifically lines up to show me that righteousness and justice and wisdom are the way, are the ideal way. They're the master path. Every society that is just does what is the universal and logical assumption in regards to how to treat people fairly, which includes how to deal with scarce resources, aka scarcity, which is what economics is about, going back to my point before about fair compensation, which connects to the idea of a fair distribution of wealth, a moral distribution, not a crony capitalist greedy distribution, not a communist distribution with secret societies behind the scenes, but everyone according to their deeds, according to what they deserve, according to what is fair and just and right, what I can meet my Maker having brought forth, and be very proud of myself. But it's not my job to make the economy straight. My job is to tell you what God commands you to do. And then when my flesh tries to punish you according to your deeds, if you don't do it, that's my job. My divine job. Point number 4. People who do not get these things and live them never should have passed kindergarten or first grade where it matters most. Okay? Because school should be about teaching you to be a man, to giving you the tools you need to be a man. Where that has to do with work, if it does have to do with work, that's what they teach you. Where it has to do with morals, they need to focus on that and get it right. Not white social norms, Jewish social norms, not any racial social norms, not mere black ghetto social norms, not token minority social norms, but what is actually morally precise, what is divine, what is mighty. Moral might. Universal, pinpointed moral might, moral precision, focused moral intensity. Point number 5. So now that we have established that it is not fair to use a scale other than universal pinpointed moral precision, and that people who do are dumb, evil, and should not even have kids, much less raise kids. Sometimes the truth hurts, but that is my divine duty, and I will not shrink to fit. Let us establish that it is stupid to follow the crowd of evil people instead of choosing a short and righteous life as a result of defying them. If they take it there, I take it there. When they persecute the righteous and wage war against God in the spiritual realm, they will be defeated on a level that goes far beyond human comprehension. Okay, so in part 2, we're going to make very interesting points as well. Stay tuned.